Hey everybody, I'm Mary, the inappropriate artist, and I am about to throw these babies on my charger. Oh, dun, 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 dun. I know you're in here somewhere amidst all of this chaos. There you are. Okay. Aha. So, these are the batteries for my socks. They make my life manageable. And they also save me tons of propane because when I wear these, I oftentimes don't need to turn the propane on because the only thing that needs to get warm is my feet. The rest of me is just fine. So, yay for these. And I have to change because I have to go out in the public today. I know. I don't care. I don't care. This is warm. And it's actually more economical for me to just wear this as often as possible. Then I have less laundry to do down the road. So, yeah. Them's the breaks when you're like saving your change so that you can buy necessities. And I have tons of clothes, so I can change them out. But this is warm. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna change into some real clothes so I can go buy some firewood. Going up to the lake, and my friend who's already there asked if I could pick some up and some white bread. So I will do that. And what else? I got gas yesterday. And I think that's it. I have to check my budget to see where that is. Because if I can get some extra food, I will. I know. Phone bill is due today, and I don't have the money for it. It is what it is. I'm getting used to this life of... Or is it due tomorrow? Is today the 11th or the 12th? See what I mean? So, I think 12th is tomorrow. Today is the 11th. So, it's due tomorrow. And it was late last month, so this month it's $146. I just checked the balance to see with the late fee what it was going to be. So it's just over $146. It is what it is. Yeah. And it's, for me, I mean, I'm just doing the best I can to move forward. I have a painting sale that's going to go through late in the day tomorrow, which will get me closer to it, but it won't get me over the top. I do have a check that's being deposited, hopefully today. The money will clear, but if that happens, I need to get a couple of supplies. Yeah. So, I mean, basically, I need the bill, right? Like, so it's it's rounded up to the $150 mark, right? Because if it comes through PayPal, I got to deal with the fees. Right? Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Fees. But, so I'm just tossing. This is how I get ready to hit the road. I just toss things off my little tabletop here. My little display that makes me feel like I'm home. And I just throw it all into the blankets on the bed. And yeah, that's it. It's as simple as that. And no, I was just talking with my friend Bunny about how perfect everything always looks on these Vanlife videos. I don't, I mean, I appreciate that they sparkle them up. I just caution anyone who looks at that and says, wow, remember that's like that's a set at that point, right? So When they come to someone's house and photograph it for Architectural Digest or Home and Garden or anything like that, right? Everything that that person owns is now in the front yard while they take over the house for a photo shoot, right? And it is cleaned top to bottom, usually by professionals. So the van life thing, yeah, you can make it look all sparkly and pretty. The reality is, if you live in that space, you're in that space along with your animals and all the shit they bring in on their feet, because you're never going to get it all off, and you're never going to get it off of yours either. I do the best I can with my shoes next to the door, but when your whole house is around the door in just like a foot or two, really. So reality is you live with a shit ton of dirt, and you see it all the time, and you have to accept it. That's part of this life. Yeah, there are more sparkly builds than what I've got going on, but for me, this life wasn't about the sparkle. This life is about moving and getting to paint, getting to exist, and getting to have my own space, and get to know the things that I want and don't want. And I didn't want to go out, and not that I had the money to either, right? Like, I didn't have the money to go out and buy some amazing built RV or camper van. And most of us don't have that kind of income who are choosing this life. And so the reality is, it's a nightstand. It's a find from the Salvation Army that gives me pantry storage. It's Staples plastic drawers and bins. It's a cooler instead of a refrigerator. And it's learning that I can use that ice water for doing my dishes and washing my hair. And I can not buy ice and just buy frozen things that I can eat in the next couple days, and they'll be fine without ice. So I can use it as an ice box. That kind of thing. And when I have no desire to keep up a whole bunch of stuff. I like just being this simple. This life is not for everyone. It's not. And maybe it's not even a life you want to try for a week. It's okay. I'm not here for that. But maybe you watch this channel because I'm just a 50-year-old woman who's in recovery, who is awakening to herself and her life and, everything that is authentic about me. And that I'm taking the actual time to discover it for myself. And I do have the benefit of being able to do that. I do not have children. I do not have responsibilities that are keeping me anywhere other than I actually have time to focus on me, and it's a gift, and I know it's a gift, and I cherish it every single second of the day. Seriously, I do. I was in this process while working, while caring for others. And I got as far as I could go. I feel propelled forward for me. And not everybody's going to get this at the same time, right? And some of us are only going to get tiny little windows of opportunity for this kind of growth. This kind of focused growth. Because that's really what this has been for me. Is truly like, I'm getting to pay. So for as chaotic as those of you who know me may think being around me is, like, because of my mouth, imagine just being with me. Yeah. So this time has really been about me actually getting to know every single aspect of me and understanding what are things I can change and what are things that, no, I don't need to change. Just because society has deemed it less than does not mean that it is. Because society is fallible. Oh my God. I know I said it. Society's fallible. What? For reals. So, yeah. Just because so I understand that there are people who can only take me in small doses. I totally get that. Sometimes I wish I could take me in small doses. Yeah, but this is one of the reasons why I love YouTube, right? I can do this, and you can watch me on your own time, and I'm not monopolizing you, and you can freely shut me off and turn me back on, or not, whatever. And I don't know about it, so you're not hurting my feelings, right? Like, because I can see when someone is finished. I can see it in their faces. Unless they have Botox, then I see nothing. Oh. I mean, I know people use it because they have migraines, they have different medical issues, and that's why they need it. But I'll tell you what, when people just use it to use it, as someone who truly relies on how to behave by the look on someone's face, because it's a mirroring thing I learned at a very young age. Anyway, it really throws me. It really throws me because yeah, I rely on that to help me understand when I've crossed a boundary. Because I need that. So yeah, anyway. Ooh, I just went on a long and winding road of rambling. Yeah, so I'm packing up and I'm getting ready to go buy firewood, bread, and see what else my checking account says that I can get. And yeah, I know my phone bill's due and my insurance is due, and it's just over combination. It's like $150 total when all is said and done. Yeah. So that's my bill's entirety, and the rest of it is gas and food and whatever else I need to survive. Like any baby wipes. Yes, because I do use them. They keep my ass clean when I live in a situation where I don't have running water. It's nice to know my ass is always clean. Yes. Baby wipes are a necessity in van life. Yep. So, I know. I could use a paper towel. Abrasive. To use it regularly would be abrasive. And I do not have running water, which is why I'm not going to use a washcloth, because I cannot keep it clean. It needs to be something I can dispose of. Anyway, all right. It's enough potty talk. It's time to finish doing what I'm doing here. I know I turned this on so you could be a part of me packing, but what am I doing? I'm just sitting here rambling to you anyway and not packing up in the van. It's not that big a deal. I don't have much more to do. But I better get moving because it is getting later in the day and I still have an hour and a half drive ahead of me. So there's that. All right. In the middle of packing up, I just got a message from one of my oldest, bestest friends ever on the planet. And she and I have been separated by miles for most of our lives. I mean, if we accumulated all the time that we spent together on the planet, it's minimal considering that we met at the age of 5, right? And so, anyway, she lives in LA, and I'm not far from there, about 4 hours. And so we are trying to figure out where we can meet up in the middle. So I'm very, very excited for this. Because city, for me, means huge amounts of anxiety with the van. Especially in a place where knocking is normal. Meaning, like, people just knock on your freaking door at any hour. Either they just want to see what's inside because they're curious. Which I fucking hate. I'm sorry, telling you right now, if my doors are closed and my back is turned and I'm, you know what I mean? There's etiquette to be had. Even if my doors are open, there's etiquette to be had. It's not an invitation for you to walk into my house. Because that is what you're doing. And I know my house opens up into space that you're in. But even just respecting social distance rules is more respectful than nothing. So keep that in mind if you're approaching someone who's a vehicle dweller. Anyway, welcome to my world. Point is, I'm very excited that I am going to finally get to meet up with her. And yeah, woo! So stay tuned for that. There will be developments. So this is cool. I'm very excited to be able to do this. I was able to put just over 3/4 of a tank of gas, like I got that accumulated. So I'm off on a weekend jaunt up to the mountains to a lake called Lake Alamo, near Lake Alamo State Park. Of course, I'm staying on BLM, so not costing a dime. As I like
in a quarter mile at the traffic circle, continue straight onto US 60 East.
I will happily do that. Thank you for informing me. I'm on my way to a new place. Very exciting. La 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 la. Getting passed by everyone because I drive like an old lady. It was absolutely terrible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, cool. Nope, you don't get to see. I'm determined. I have a little black bean getting into my lap. A little black bean. Hello, black bean. Aww, I know. It's exciting when Mama sits still long enough for you, isn't it? So here I am driving in. I pulled over to take some images, or at least one. How beautiful. Just seeing some really cool color in the mountain. I'll zoom in to show you. So I don't know if you can see there on the left. There's like this cranberry color. Look how beautiful these mountains are. What? Gorgeous. So that guy in that little buggy there just totally got me out of a ditch. I was stuck in the sand up on the top. I made a wrong turn. And he towed me out backwards, so all hail this dude for him and his toy that he brought with him, because he rescued me right away. I didn't even have to wait. I didn't even have to wait. As soon as I realized it, I heard his engine. He heard it before I knew it. But this is our sunset here. And look at that. It's my friend Anthony's van. And there's Anthony. Da-da-da. Ooh, I didn't see the boat. Someone has a boat in the water. But look at that sunset. What? Isn't that gorgeous? Look at all the colors. This. Woo! It's just gorgeous. I find myself surrounded by golden light with indigo blue shadows and a purple haze, always present in the setting and rising. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. If you liked today's video, you can smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you consider doing so and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I put out a video. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.